Hey guys, what's up? How you guys doing? Came on to do a reading, see what's going on in the energy, and get a couple messages that we need to hear. I got a little bit of time, so I'm pretty excited that I can take all the time that I need. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are cleansing your energy regularly. So important. Okay. And as always, we're going to start with the sign. Find out who it's going to be for. Actually warmed up a little bit here in Ohio. I'm in Cleveland, and we've been in single digits for like almost the last 2 weeks, I want to say. So to be up in the teens is actually a good change for us. I saw the sun card there. So possibly something that's going to be bringing in some happiness for you. Just like I'm talking about the sun coming out right now. Oh no, I only have 29 minutes left on my phone. So I guess it's not going to be as long as I want it to be. But I know that we're going to get the messages that we need. And I want to thank all my little assistants on the other side for sending me the messages, protecting my energy, and helping me with interpretations, visions, and direct messages. I love y'all. Okay, so now let's see who we got. Ooh, we got Taurus. Looks like it's time to invest in something, right? Now this could be any placement in your chart, anywhere in your chart, Taurus energy. So this Seven of Pentacles is all about like making investments, like looking after what you're putting your energy into, right? Kind of committing in your mind, in your spirit, committing time and energy and focus on whatever thing that this is that you want to bring in. This is showing Pentacles, so it could be something financial or material, because pentacles are really material things on this plane. So let's start with the garbage pail kids, because we haven't used this in a while, and get some messages for my Taurus friends. And of course, I always gotta shout out my dad. He's a Taurus. Big Taurus energy over there. Okay, let's just clear a little. Nice. Okay. All right. Again, I saw the sun card. I'm telling you, this is an investment that you're going to make that's going to bring a lot of happiness into your life. That's the second time the sun card appears. So this is something that's going to make you really happy. All right, let's go. All right, tell me about Taurus. What do they have going on with this investment? Oh, the Hermit. So it feels like you're in a planning phase right now. The Hermit really goes within, takes time, and separates from the people, places, energies, the things that are surrounding them, in order to gain enlightenment, in order to kind of like come up with an idea or look for inspiration, right? So it feels like that's what's happening. You're in a planning phase. There's something that you know is going to make you happy, right? There's that goal that you know is going to make you happy, and you want to work towards it, but you need a plan, right? You are, with the Seven of Pentacles, you are willing to invest in this, but there has to be like a clear plan that will work. Do you get what I'm saying? It can't be something so out of the box. I got a Six of Cups here. This could have something to do with a relative from your past. Because we got the Six of Cups, and Six of Cups is all about fond memories of the past or something from childhood, right? And if we look in the image, I know it's kind of hard to see the images because they're like so small. But if you see the cup that they're holding is full of blood, right? So that kind of points to that this has something to do with a relative or someone that you consider like a relative to you in your energy, right? Let's see. Tell me more about this. Page of Swords. Someone who's been watching. This is someone who's watching you. What is their purpose? What's the Page of Swords purpose? Ooh. What's the purpose for the Page of Swords? Ten of Pentacles. Now this is feeling like a relationship, right? Because we have someone watching and their intention is the Ten of Pentacles, which is all about having like, having stability, generational wealth. So it feels like this can be about like a parent wanting to leave enough money for their children or for their child in order for their child to basically be blessed and be able to, you know, do fun things, right? Even though the person in question, you are the old one here, right? That earned all this money. But the whole point is about doing this for your family, your children, your relatives. And that's actually really beautiful. I like that. I really like that. So it looks like you're investing in something that you're looking for it to kind of bring that generational wealth, right? But we're in the planning phase. So let's find out a little bit more about this. Tell me more about the Hermit. Tell me more about the collective and Hermit energy, right? Knight of Coins. Okay. And like this is the way to do it, right? Sorry, I get allergies. So this is the way to do it. Like with this Knight of Pentacles. Because remember, the Knight of Pentacles, they take their time. It's the slowest moving knight in the deck. It's the slowest moving energy in the deck, right? Because they're making an investment. They're showing consistency and effort as far as making an investment. So it's like you've committed here twice to making this investment. This is something that's very important to you and for your family. So this isn't something that's rushed. This is something that you know is going to take a little bit of time, but still you're looking for the best plan of action to get you to that Ten of Coins. Advice for the collective. The Moon. Hidden. And what just came to me is that like there's things that are hidden, but like hidden within you that are going to help you with this goal, right? This is going to take like isolation. Like remember, we had the Hermit card come out first about taking time alone to yourself to find that spark, right? That spark of intuition, that idea, that revelation, right? That's trying to come from within. That's coming from your true self, from your spirit, right? Those things are hidden right now from your 3D self. This is why you need to take that time alone, kind of away from people's energies and opinions in order to come up with this plan. And don't forget, we got This one always reminds me of like the sun and the moon, because of the way it's like that. And we do have a full moon in Leo, which is really weird. I just thought about that. It's really weird. We have the full moon in Leo. We saw the sun card, which is Leo energy. We saw that card how many times? We saw it twice. And then now we've got here the sun and the moon. So like this is something that's hidden within you. And just like with this, like every time I see this guy reminds me of like the devil. You see him there in the corner. So it makes me feel like you may have some fears surrounding this idea, fears about it not working out, but you kind of have to tame this. And this is why it's the sun and the moon, right? Because the moon talks about things that are hidden or things that you're afraid of, right? But the sun is very bold and the sun is very happy. Like nothing stops the sun from shining, right? So it's kind of like telling you, you need to be able to suppress that energy from the moon, right? Suppress the fear that you have with this idea, because the sun is telling you this is a good idea. This is going to work, but you have to take the time within and get away from those energies that could be affecting your ability to maintain emotional stability and kind of like a homeostasis within your body, where your body is in a calm state so that you can make clear and rational decisions. And that's the purpose of going into hermit mode, getting away from those outside energies. Sometimes even like your phone, the TV, just everything around you is constantly sending messages. Even nature is sending you messages all the time. So sometimes we have to get in that energy, especially if we have such a big goal, because this looks like it's a really big goal. The 10 of Pentacles encompasses everything, right? Everything financially speaking, right? Because we know that the 10 of Cups is what encompasses everything family oriented and emotionally speaking. So here we're talking about material, specifically material things, and building material things here in the physical world, which does take assistance from your spiritual side. So either way, you have to tap into these energies. You have to take this time to meditate, to pray, however you do it, whatever your practice is that helps bring clarity to you. Some people like to journal. I tried journaling before, but it's like, then I go back and read it and it's, I can't handle it. So I'm kind of more of I rather just verbalize. I rather talk to God, pray, meditate, and basically listen for messages that I need to hear. But you have to make the time. You have to separate yourself from the noise that comes from this physical world. Now, I want to use another deck real quick just to see kind of what's happening here. I love this round deck. Like you guys know, it's basically like a traditional deck. It's a tarot deck, but the images are completely different than the original ones. And I just feel like it gives like an extra layer of detail on what's happening here. I mean, this looks good. You don't have any stress or any like anxiety. It looks like you're taking the time. You know how to do this. You have experience with building wealth. So you know that this is something that's possible. It's just going to take the time to really invest to find out what's going to be the best way for you to do this. Taurus season is a little ways away, but I am in anticipation of Taurus season because I know it's going to be warmer and that'll be nice. All right, tell me about the collective. Tell me about Taurus energies out here. What's this? 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords underneath the Page of Swords. So this person that's watching, whoever this person that's watching you, they're at their wit's end. Why are they watching? Why is the Page of Swords watching? Okay. We got the Magician and the Fool. Oh. Okay. So this person, whoever this person is, whether it's a loved one or a partner, well, you know what I mean. Family member, coworker, partner, lover, whatever. It looks like this person wants to take a chance. But the problem is, right, they're in this Ten of Swords energy. I'm sorry. I gotta get a tissue. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. But the problem is that it feels like there's some dishonesty happening here, right? Because we have them watching and we have them in the Ten of Swords energy, which is like a person who's been defeated, right? So it could be someone that wants to interfere with your Ten of Pentacles here because they're looking to see what they can do to affect you, right? Because remember what the Magician is, right? The Magician, and normally very positive energy. It's a person that is using the tools that they have to create, to manifest in this world, right? But pairing that with the Fool energy is a person that's kind of being reckless, right? They're jumping off and jumping in to some type of a magic that they don't understand, and they're doing it because they're in the Ten of Swords energy, right? They're desperate. They're basically, they're done. They're finished, right? Remember the Ten of Swords, what it looks like here. This is a whole group that's being taken down. So I said family. This could be an entire family that's being taken down, right? Pushed. It's basically like a death, right? And the original Ten of Swords is like a death. It's the man laying in the ground with 10 swords in his back, right? So it's like this person is in such a desperate energy and they're watching you. And now it's come to their mind to do some kind of magic, which I know everybody's like, oh, people don't do magic. People don't do spell work, la, la, la. But there's other forms of magic, right? Manipulation, lying, cheating. That's magic because you're communicating one thing and doing something else behind a person's back. You're trying to create a scenario that is magic. So this person is being very reckless. This person that's watching you, they're going to jump into something because they're desperate. Let's find out more about this person, okay? Hierophant. So this is giving me an energy of like a person that wants to be worshipped, right? That's what this is. Because look at this Hierophant energy. The Hierophant is usually a higher spiritual leader, something like of a higher vibration, a person that is like a teacher that people look up to because of their clarity, their intelligence, their spiritual connection, their spiritual abilities, right? This person wants that. They desire this, like this praise, this worship. They need to be like loved and needed and praised. Let's see. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. I'm just going to call them the Page of Swords for now. Tell me about the Page of Swords and their intention towards the collective. What is their intention towards the collective? Ooh, I saw that card a couple times. I thought it was going to come out. 6 of Cups. Someone from your past. Again, Six of Cups. We had the Six of Cups twice now. This is about someone wanting to recreate memories from the past. That's their intention. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Where is that deck? I have a deck that kind of like talks about different types of energies and kind of like specifically naming those energies. Oh! It's fine. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards and maybe we can find out what type of energy this person is in. This Page of Swords that's trying to create some type of scenario here. Trying to manifest something with you due to like some type of struggle that they're in right now. Or having been defeated possibly by you already. So let's see. All right, tell me about the Page of Swords. Oh, I saw one flip. Pumpkin Patch. You will only taste the sour if you don't seek for the sweet. Share your fruits wisely, lest you sow regrets too deep. So this, like I was saying, this is a person that is thinking about something from the past. This is talking about regrets. See, you will only taste the sour if you don't seek for the sweet. Share your fruit wisely so you won't sow regrets too deep. So this is a person from your past that possibly didn't behave in a way that they're very proud of. And now they're trying to create a change here. We got Eerie Graveyard. All life transcends and we all fall into a silent embrace. The old attachments die, finding closure and grace. It feels like this is a person that either you already have closure from this situation or you're working on closure from the situation right now. Let's get one more. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. We got Boogeyman. As life unfolds and shadows overpowers light, will my innocence be left untouched? We got Evil Queen at the bottom of the deck. Where love eludes, fear becomes my throne. What would a rose be without its thorns? So like this Evil Queen is kind of giving like Queen of Wands energy, but kind of like in upside down. It feels like this person, they think that they can overpower you. They think that they're the boogeyman in your life, right? Because just like I was saying about the Hierophant, how this is a person that wants people to praise them, to look up to them, to see them as a leader, right? What's happening here? Same thing. A person that wants to be above. Sorry, the glare is like there's a window right there, so it's hard. But a person that wants to be above others, right? Wants everyone kind of basically to behave as a child. And here they've acted in a way that they regret, right? And then now they're seeing that things are changing for them. The light is gone from here. If you see the first image, it was like, oh, you got to look for the sweet. You go for the sour, you end up in regret, right? And you have like the light, you have the moon, kind of showing you the difference between the light and the dark, right? The sweet and the sour. But then you move from there into darkness, right? Closure. Closing things off with this person, but they think it's like it feels like they're gonna come in and bully you, right? That's what the boogeyman energy feels like. And then we got the evil queen at the bottom, like having these like negative intentions for you. Like they want to come in and stop this. This is something that you're working on, you're making investments, and they possibly know that you're going to be able to reach this. But this energy is coming in this, like, with this intention to crush you, to overpower you. That's why there's the Hierophant there. That's why the evil queen is there. That's why the boogeyman is there. So we got to be really cautious on the people that we're interacting with. And it doesn't matter male, female, that doesn't make a difference, because we're talking about spiritual things now, right? We're talking about a spiritual energy that not it might not come from the same person, which it's really hard to, make sense of the way this happens. Of course, we don't have access to all the information and the way this planet works. But this energy, when it sees that it's not going to work going one way, it's going to turn and go a different way. So it might come from a different person. It might be a new person that you meet in the same energy, right? Repeating or behaving similar to the way this previous person did, this person from your past. So my advice, before I even pull another card for advice, is going to be, you need to get into this hermit energy, right? We need to get as isolated as possible, right? We need to try to keep the energy clean, right? We're going to be starting the new year technically on the 17th of February of this month, right? So we kind of got to get whatever affairs in order by the 16th, so that on the 17th, we're starting fresh, open, and basically with our hands open to allow blessings to come in. When you're worried about this, that, and you have too many balls in the air, it's impossible for you to receive these blessings, right? We need to be in a calm, emotionally even, balanced state, so that we can get the messages that are being sent to us that's going to help you with making this investment and creating the 10 of Pentacles that you need, right? It's about focus. It's about taking the time, listening to the messages, no matter where they come from, because they're going to come at you from all aspects. They're going to come at you from birds outside. I don't know how many times I feel I've received messages from birds, from animals, from strangers in the store. Remember that spirit works through everyone. And that message that you need to get, don't worry, you're going to get it. They're going to reach you. Spirit knows how to get to you. And I'm like 30 seconds away from my time running out. So I'm going to just show one card. 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords at the bottom. This is someone that possibly stressed you out. You lost a lot of sleep over this person, broke your heart, but now it's time to regroup. You have a plan that you're going to put into action, and I think it's going to go wonderfully. I love you guys. If you want your sign read, leave it in the comments, and I'll get back with y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Bye.